Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam and anyone else who's watching to You Stay Classy, San Marino. Now, guys, things are going pretty well. I don't want to brag, except I do. That's the entire point of this thing. We are currently sitting pretty in 6th position, which means I think we are in the playoff spots as it stands. We sit down here on 69 points, which means actually we're pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot, I think. Let's just double check the rules. Promotion. Top 3 teams win promotion if more than 9 points separate 3rd and 4th. No. Sorry. And what else is there? Top 2 teams win promotion if fewer than 10 points separate. Qualification. Third, sixth. So there's a third to sixth playoff if fewer than 10 points separate 3rd and 4th. 3rd and 4th, fewer than 10 points do, so we qualify for, at the moment, we qualify for a playoff. What the fuck is the point of all this ifs? God damn it, Italy. Anyway, yeah, we find ourselves in 6th after a really good run of fixtures since our last video. We recorded with Cesena and Benevento. We went through a little sort of off period where we drew with Varese. We lost 5-0 to Palermo, who are challenging for the title, or at least they were. I don't know if they still are. Technically they are. We then beat Padova 2-1. Padova at the time, I believe, and I think still now, are a team up here. Yeah, they are just below us. So we beat them 2-1. We lost to Albino Leffe 3-1, which was a very frustrating game. I think we went 1-0 up in that game and then conceded 3 late goals. We then beat Piacenza 4-1, lost 3-0 to Pisa. That's another game where I think all those goals came in the last 10 minutes or something like that. Oh, yeah, okay. 68 and then 2 late goals. We then beat Chievo 3-2 in a game where they had a man off. They then took the lead. We then equalised. They took the lead, and then we turned it around late on. Thiago Suarez scoring there. Thiago Suarez went on to score a lot of goals in this little run here. The next game was a 4-0 win over Taranto, Suarez scoring again. We then beat Roma 6-3. We have to see this. We took the lead. They equalised. We took the lead. We took another goal. We were 4-1 up after 24 minutes. They scored after half-time twice to bring it back to 4-3 before Sherlock and Luis Ramos scored late on. One of Sarmiento's goals was very, very funny. There was a long ball forward. The goalkeeper collected it just on the edge of the box. But obviously he was slightly outside of the box and so couldn't pick it up. So he kicked it straight to Sarmiento, who just rounded him and put the ball away. It was beautiful. And then that kind of carried us on and gave us a jolt in the arm to continue a good run of form. We smashed Monza 5-2. We beat Siena 2-0. We beat Vicenza 3-0. And then we just most recently beat Nocerina 2-1. Suarez scoring in all of these games. Look, 2 in that one, 2 in that one, 2 in that one, 1 in that one. He's on a fine run of form. He also scored. No, he didn't score in that game, but he did score there. He scored there, and I think those were his first goals. But yeah, ridiculously good run from Suarez, meaning that we are now within touching distance of a playoff spot after a dodgy run in the middle that was never really in our sights, but we've definitely got one now. Whether or not the playoffs actually take place, that's obviously a different matter. Luckily, the games we're playing now are against Atalanta, who are looking almost, well, they're definitely going to get relegated either way. They're either going to be in the playoff, they're going down anyway because of the weird relegation rules, or at least the weird way that it sort of sets it all up in Italy. And then we're playing Cittadella, who have a minus 100 goal difference, and they've conceded 126 goals. So yeah, they're pretty poor. So I think we'll at least win that one. This game against Atalanta, there is at least something for them to play for, so you never know how that will go. But let's see. I haven't made any new signings. We do have €20,000 left in the bank for those kind of things if we need to, but yeah, at the moment, no. Suarez's form has triggered Caballero to be dropped for a while. He is still only 17, so I think that's kind of fair enough. Sherlock is taking a space on the bench, and Sarmiento's in good form, so we'll just keep things ticking over as they lie at the moment. Our defence, Giannoni's playing very well. Villamors is playing pretty well, but you see there that even a player who's playing well in a team where we haven't actually conceded that many recently, we haven't conceded that many recently, and yet he's still got an average rating of just under 6.8, which is, I think 6.8 is the average. Oh, Villamors. So yeah, either he had some really shocking early season performances, which is true. Okay, and we've already had Ramos sent off. Great. Good. 3 minutes. It's your classic 3 minute sending off. And now what do we do about that? How do we... Okay, Suarez is in a ridiculous run of form, so we're going to play Nijhuis out on the right to give us a bit more defensive play. He's not really very good attacking wise on the right, but he should be able to tackle people at least, and maybe we can get out there and win this game. We're playing again still on the normal speed setting. I've been playing through normally, and now that we're in a division where things are a little bit it's a long season, so it's a bit of a grind, but I like to be a bit more present now that we're playing in a league that I care about. I have to admit that the two lower divisions I didn't care that much about, so I did play the intervening games on super speedy Gonzalez mode, but now no. It just feels like it. Oh, dear me, and that was nearly... I mean, Giannoni, the man I singled out for praise, nearly puts through his own net. Delightful stuff. So we are giving Atalanta hope, which is disappointing. And I mean, that we've got a man down. We've had a couple of games where we've been against sides who've gone down to 10 men, and I think that's slightly contributed to our good form. Although it's not entirely that. Here we go. There's Suarez. Suarez, good save from Adabati. Yeah, nicely done. So the playoffs bring with themselves a conundrum for me, because I talked actually at length in the last video about how I don't think promotion would be a very good thing for the club. I think it would definitely come too soon for us if we were to somehow get promoted, although I think it might be a bit of a challenge, because that's going to be 4 extra games, I assume. Suarez! Oh, come on, mate. Yeah, because in Italy everything's two-legged, so I assume that it would be a two-legged semi and a two-legged final, which I'm not convinced we could really cope with. But look, the point being that the point being that if we were to go up, I think we'd be absolutely screwed. I mean, our team is bad. We've got a lot of players who I've signed on contracts with the expectation that we'd be in Serie B for at least another year. We've already signed a couple of players on freeze who are coming in for next season, who have again the intention of bolstering a Serie B team, not a Serie A team. And there we go. Atalanta has scored. One man down after 3 minutes. It's always going to be a tough game. It's not like we're Lviv where we can just batter our way through anyway. Just drinking some coffee there. That was a massive mouthful. Too much coffee, probably. Oh dear me, what's going on? Yeah, so obviously this has thrown us into a little bit of confusion. We're not playing well at all. Nijhuis actually not playing good over there on the right. Maybe I should have just brought on Sanchez, but I don't like him. I'm going to sell Sanchez. He's going this summer. Probably Big Greekopoulos as well. He's not been anywhere near as good as he should have been. He actually seems to play slightly better as a right back, even though I think his stats suggest he should really be better as a centre back. So maybe there's a space for him, considering we'll probably lose Jovanovic, who, I mean, he's not played that much. Let's say that, and then say he won't have it. I mean, what can you really do? We're 1-0 down. We're one man down. We can hope that maybe we can equalise. As I said, I don't think we've got to worry too much about losing our spot. We'll definitely end up in the playoffs if they run. Oh, come on, lads. Spinelli, his ball clear, but Olivari gets it. Colombini runs out to it and kicks it straight off for a throw. Why waste the energy getting over there, mate? Oh, we have a corner. Solvi. Oh, Villamors. But Adabati makes a good save. Solvi's corner again. Comes in Giannoni at the back post this time, but no, his ball goes over as well. Big disappointment. Big disappointment. What have we got going on? 62 minutes. This is not... Okay, well, hang on. Colombini. Solvi. Oh, yeah. All right, Suarez is struggling on his own up front as well. I mean, yeah, you're gonna. Let's maybe say... So things have picked up a little. Giannoni's not doing well. Let's take off Colombini. Let's bring on... Okay. Let's do that for now. I feel like we could bring off Suarez later on. I think he clearly plays better with someone else up front to sort of win the balls for him. But nevertheless, he has been in lethal form recently. So, oh goodness me. Okay, and it's just running down to nothing. All right, let's bring on Sherlock. See if he can just nick something. You never know. Niehaus, having come on as a substitute, is already knackered. But he did come on after 3 minutes, I suppose. They have a header, but Insoya saves. I think goalkeeping is a real area where we can improve because we seem to let in a lot. I mean, you saw that in the Benevento game, the 2 ridiculous goals that we conceded. Spinelli, go on, course. Pagliarin makes a foul on the edge of the box. He only gets the lecture. Solvi, it could have been a beautiful free kick. Hang on. Solvi again tries it, smash it in, but doesn't. Giannoni, Granerud shot. Flies over the bar. Granerud, he makes a big difference. We were in a position, I think it was in the last video, where he had been dropped from the side because he had been injured, and then the guy, I can't remember his name, Visser, who also plays left back, had been doing well. We were unlucky today. I mean, I think if we'd had all our men on the pitch, we'd have won that. But well done, Atlanta. You give yourself no hope because you've still been relegated because it looks like Chievo have won. So unlucky, mates. Not enough. But yes, anyway. God, what was I saying? Yes, that's good. Yeah, but the difference that Granerud makes to the team, stupid boy, really is evident, or at least I've noticed it when we were playing with Visser at the back there. He played like 2 or 3 really good games and then sort of reverted to pretty poor form, and then Granerud came back in and we went on that. That was, I think, it coincided with the beginning of that ridiculously good run. I am not going to talk about his red card. I'm going to say it was an ugly challenge, and I'll say he's back as soon as possible because he has been pretty good. He put in a couple of stinking performances earlier on in the season, but he's actually done okay. 6 goals. He's got a number of assists, especially in this good little run here, which and again, it highlights how poor he can be, that his average rating, despite having a series of good games and being lauded in the press consistently in the last few weeks, his average rating is still only 6.85. So it does tell you just how bad he has been at times this season, but then they all have been at certain points because we did go through that terrible run. We're not really a team built for a promotion challenge, although we have got nearly 70 points, 69 the naughtiest number of points. The potential for us is pretty good. Well, I feel like we're very close now. What we need to do, given that we've seen more of the season and we know what's going on, what we need to do is bring in a good couple of, we need at least one really good centre back. I feel like we could probably do with to be honest, I think all of our defence could do with an improvement. We could do with a new right back, a new left back, and at least one new centre back. I feel like goalkeeper is a position where we could improve on, and I think we just need... Well, if we can get Suarez back and if he can play in the same form that he's been in the last few games, then that might be what we need. Whoa, what a game that is. You see that? 4 goals in extra time. Must have been a promotion... must have been a playoff game. Does that mean that Western-super-Mare have been relegated along with Bolton and Eastbourne Borough? That's a shame. Liverpool have won the league again. Wow, they're on a fine run of championships. Leicester obviously won it last season. I don't know if I mentioned that in the videos. Hull, Cardiff and Dagenham and Redbridge promoted to the championship. That was that game that they just played. Let me just see that game there. Yeah, 93-98. Man, they came back. And then they won 4-2 on penalties. Nice. Well done, Daggers. Up you come. The police are early at work today here in Poland. So here's a guy who I'm considering signing, Frederick Schultz, centre-back. this is my problem, right? It's a 6'3". He's supposed to be better than Giannone in the future. Is there a place for that kind of player in our team? If we compare him with Schultz, why is Schultz not there? Thanks, game. All right, let's go back and try this the other way around. Compare with Giannone. There we go. See, he's not as good, but Giannone's 31. He's just not quite there. He's going to be on slightly more money than Giannone, but that's to be expected. Oh man, that's a tough. 6'3". He's not even as good. He's 21, so he's not going to get that much better. I think we can't say yes to this deal. Cancel. Sorry, mate. We need someone better than you. We need to be improving. We don't need players who are as good at this point, because we already know what we need. And if Giannone is the best one, we don't want to bring in players who are worse than him. We'd rather be bringing in everyone who's better. I might try and get. Oh, my back is clicking. I might try and sign Giannone to another year's contract, because if he's played very well for us in the last sort of back end of the season, I think we can do with him for another year. He's 31. That's not that old for a centre back. And I feel like we can get some players in who can really do a job for us. I've been scouring the free agents lists and players who are coming up to the end of their contract. I feel there are a few who will drop their wage demands once they get released, because you do come across some Dutch names are absolutely brilliant. Hitchem van der Heyden, he's terrible though. He will not be joining the revolution. Ramos has scored the winner for Juventus in the Italian Cup final. I think they might have already also won the Serie A. Oh no, okay, Inter have won it. Andrea, the champions from last season, have come straight back down. Frosinone did stay up. They won the playoffs. So actually, it's not impossible. Clearly, it's not impossible. They drew fucking loads of games. It's not impossible to stay up, having won the playoffs, I suppose. But it does. That's going to be a lot of work. Who else went up? Was it Torino who also went up? I think so. And I think that Salvo Di Nicola, the striker that we had for our first season and who then fired Andrea to 3 straight promotions, I think he only got the 1 goal in Serie A this season. Which, to be fair, is to be expected because he is dog shit. I don't know how he went on such a good run. But there we go. Okay. Obviously, I'd like to be promoted. But we remember how tough the first Serie B season was, and I feel like if we could have another year to run at Serie B, we would be in a better position to then enjoy the first Serie A season. We might not be, but you never know. So hang on then. Let's see what we can do about Giannone. Can we offer you a new contract? We can, and he doesn't want that much more money, which is nice. 2 more years? I think we can give him 2 more years. Nice top division release fee. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, okay, good. That works for me. Do we have anyone else here who looks like they're actually good enough to stay? Villamor's... See, apparently he's the second best and he's got better potential, but he's 24 now. Is he really going to reach that potential? I don't think so. Maybe I'll make a decision on him later on, depending on who we can sign. Michel Sarmiento. He's done very well for us this season. 30 years of age. We could probably give him another year. Yeah, 1 more year. Not that much more money, mate. Come on. Let's give him a seasonal goal bonus, and let's make that 25. And let's give him if he plays in 30 games, he can have that. There we go. All right. So we've secured the 2 of our better players from this season. Sarmiento, I think, is probably in his last usable year for us. I don't think he's going to get. Well, he's definitely not going to get any better. I don't think he'll have as good a season next season as he has this season either. But he has proven to be pretty good, so we'll keep him in. Does that mean Porto have just won the Champions League? Did I just see Porto smashing Udinese? We'll never know, because we're about to play Cittadella. and we're about to hopefully win it, and secure ourselves the playoff spot, because I think that whoever came fourth has done just about enough to mean that we're gonna force a playoff. Parma, given that they're fourth, I mean, I don't think we've beaten them this season. See, I like this guy here, Giorgio Brandoni, except he's bad at defending. There's also a really good Canadian-Italian... okay, Van der Baar's contract is up. Yeah, I mean, you can get off. Off you go back to go ahead, off to the Jupiler League, the second division in. See, like Basta Young. There are these players who, I mean, he's good, and I looked into him, but he wouldn't want to come. Yeah, that's why I haven't signed him. I remember, usually if the player's good enough to do well for us, they don't want to come, or they have outrageous demands. Like there was a really good sort of aging Italian left back. I thought I could bring him in for a couple of years from France. I think he's 32, and he's currently on 21 grand a week, and he wanted something like 17 or 18 grand a week. I was like, come on, mate. Come on, mate. Let's just be serious for a second. Anyway, they've got nothing much to offer. Sarmiento's injured, so he's going to drop out. We'll put Caballero on the bench, and we'll put Sherlock up top. We're also missing... Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, so Solveig's out on international duty. Ramos is just out because he's injured. The cars are driving past the window in full force. And what have we got? So Jan Marchant, he's actually fit again. We'll bring him back in for Olivari because he's better than... what's his average rating? So he's got exactly the same average rating as Villamors, but he's not. But Villamors is not going to... We'll do that. Yes, let's do it. Suarez and Sherlock up top. Suarez's confidence has taken a knock, but I think that's because he just played in a game where he had to spend his entire time up front getting no chances. So maybe he can do better in this one. We're playing the certifiably the worst team in the division, and if we don't win today, we will be. We won't deserve our promotion. I mean, you could argue that considering we finished 17 points clear of the team in third, that we wouldn't deserve it even if we did win the. Oh, come on, Colombini, what the hell are you doing there, man? I mean, there's absolutely no need. It's stupid, isn't it? Ridiculous. Del Nero, a goalkeeper who's conceded. You assume he's conceded the majority of the 129 goals they've conceded so far this season. Let's make that 130 at least, guys, please. Tries to cross Galassi. Galassi deflects it wide for a corner, and nothing comes of it. But I feel like some sustained pressure will bear fruit eventually. Spinelli to Kors, Granerud to Suarez. Suarez back to Granerud. He crosses off the bum of one of our players, and it's back with us again. They don't. Yeah, we look pretty comfortable in possession in this game. Are they playing anything weird? Yeah, they're playing that annoying formation that I don't like. So let's see them now win 3-0. Granerud, Spinelli, Nyhaus, Granerud. Come on, Spinelli. Fucking terrible. Toccafondi. Fun name, not a fun player. Galassi to Bendoni, good name. Anything with Ben in it? Yeah. Cittadella, terrible team. Sanchez, come on. Sanchez to Sherlock. Sherlock back to Suarez. To Spinelli. Spinelli's cross. No. Nyhaus. Yeah, well, bad effort. Nothing we can do about that now. We do have a corner though. Sanchez's ball comes in. Giannoni heads over the bar. 25 minutes in, and we're not doing brilliantly. And we've actually dropped. We do have the opportunity to drop out of the playoffs. Okay, so we do need to win this. Insuya to Colombini. Insuya, come on. We need to win this game now, guys. Spinelli, Granerud. Suarez, Del Nero saves. Suarez, can he put the ball back to Spinelli? He does. His ball is blocked and it's a throw. We're about to miss out on the most unexpected of playoff spots. Come on. Novati, come on. We can't lose Yeah, good tackle. Suarez to Nijhuis, straight out to Spinelli. Spinelli, what are you going to do with it? You're going to sort of walk forwards, then turn around again. Suarez, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, and the goal difference. Why are they better off than us then in goal difference? We've got more goals scored. Maybe it's about head-to-head record. Okay, we're going to have to go with, classic. I'm not happy. There's a lot more to come. Come on, we can do this. This team are shit. How can you look to... Carlos Sanchez is terrible. I don't like him. He's 30 years old. He's got the skills. Oh, we hit the crossbar. He's got the skills that mean he should really rip this division up, I think, or at least do better than a terrible average rating and essentially no goals. Or oh dear, goalkeeper stayed out way too long there, but we do recover in the end. Insuya to Granerud to Spinelli. Come on, mate. Spinelli to Sherlock to Sanchez. Kus through, but. Del Nero picks it up. Del Nero's ball. Oh dear. We're all over the place. We are all over the place. Sherlock's not playing well up front. Why don't we bring on Caballero? Why don't we take off Marchant? And let's just see what that does. 56 minutes gone. This is the classic Wheatland, sort of the Wheatland zone. 56 to 66 minutes. That's my substitution zone. In this division, it's been slightly later. I've been averaging around about 66 to 70 minutes as our substitution period. Oh, go on, Sanchez scores. I've been bagging on him all day. Or game. And bagging, I mean ragging on him all game. And there he does it. He does what we needed to do. He's put us 1-0 up. I think this would mean that we would end up playing against Palermo, who have scored 103 goals. I think that the playoffs will not be a happy hunting ground for us. So I don't think we've beaten Palermo this season. Caballero, can he slip it forward? No, but Sanchez has it again. Is he going to get two? He's going to get two. Of course he is. Sanchez scores again. We are 2-0 up against Cittadella. They have 131 goals conceded this season, which is a delight. There's going to be a playoff, I think. I don't know how the relegation works in this game. In this in this division, Roma have won the league, and Varese are up as well. So it just means that we'll be playing Palermo in the playoffs. Oh, Suarez has been slipped through. Can he finish? No, his ball hits the post. And then they managed to sort of scramble it clear. Granerud now to Spinelli. To Kos, but Del Nero makes a good save. Del Nero to Galassi. Leali. Come on, boys and girls. Colombini's header straight away off for a throw-in. Sorry, not a corner. What are you fucking talking about? Vandenbar, he doesn't have any more games to play for us. I'm going to bring on Estevez for Spinelli, just to give Spinelli a break before, if we do actually get to play the playoffs. It's still not 100% sure, although I think I'm 99% sure that we are going to play the playoffs. So if that's needed, we don't need to waste our players' energies in a game like this. Suarez to Kos into Caballero. Caballero hits it wide. What do you mean, how did he miss that? It was outside the box and there was a man closing in and he had the goalkeeper to beat. Shut up. Game. Estevez takes it to the field. Galassi, Bendoni shoots over. With shooting like that, it's no wonder they're bottom. Things are looking good. Things are looking good for us. Ball comes in, and is that Giannone or Villamors? Villamors comes on, scores on probably his last appearance for the club. No, hang on, does Villamors' contract expire? I don't think so. I think he might have another year. Anyway, his header forced past Del Nero. What a second half we've had. Much more sort of incisive. I'm not sure 100% what change it was. I doubt that bringing Villamors on was the key contributor, but maybe it was. Maybe Marchant's distribution is worse. Granerud to Estevez. Fucking hell. turns straight into the tackle. We don't concede yet. We clear it. It's 83 minutes gone. This would be prime time for... No, they've not scored. I was going to say this would be prime time for not an equaliser, but a concession from us. Costa Caballero, what a fucking awful effort that was. Can't argue that he's on his wrong foot, because I think that he's good on both of those feet and he should be okay. But no, 88 minutes gone. It would have been good if Caballero could have not had those two dreadful finishes towards the end there, but whatever. A good win, boys, well done. We did it, we got through, and I think we are now... It'll be interesting to see how Cittadella pick themselves up from this. Well, history suggests they won't do it very well. Also, they've got no more games to pick themselves up in. So Glenn Parker from Forfar Athletic has left the club. That's a big shame. Board confidence, they're disappointed with the departure of Blarham Shabani. Well, he was terrible, and he's now in the reserves for the team who came bottom, or second bottom. So I think it's probably a fair enough result. Dubarbier, they're trying to offer him to us for 400. The thing is, I'm not spending £500,000 on a player in Serie B. Sorry. Varese have been promoted. Palermo secures playoff spot. We have, so we're in the playoffs in a genuine shock this season. Carlos, he did really well. I mean, I would expect him to do better than that. I'd expect him to do as good as that more often, but there we go. Ascoli, whatever, I don't care. Enrico Ponte, who's he? Plays for Savona in the fourth division, so no, not interested in you, my friend. Unless you were playing with an 8 rating and you were as good as Messi, I'm not interested. Because I think even Messi at what would be, I don't know, he must be nearly 70 now. He could probably do a job for us. Petit has broken the new Roma goal scoring record, beating the record of Yarmolenko. Cool. That's nice. What's going to happen then? Let's just find out what games we're going to play and when, and then we'll drop off, and I'll see you again in a few minutes' time to play those games. I assume we're playing Palermo, but it would just be nice to know exactly when. You'd think, given that it already knows we've all qualified, it could actually schedule those games. So we've got the 4th of June. Oh wow, okay, 2 days time, fine. Unlike San Marino, Palermo do have history in this competition. What are you talking about? Oh, the Serie B, right, okay, not the playoffs. Not the playoff semi-finals. Okay, so fine, we are in the playoffs in a shock turnaround after last season, and we have to get past the division's top scorers, Palermo, who missed out on promotion automatically by 1 win, by 3 points. So it's going to be a tough ask. I don't think we're going to do it. Let's just check on our... What am I doing? Well, I can do it this way anyway. So we beat them... Oh, we beat them 5-0. Oh, no, sorry, no. Because, you know what, let's just do this the other way around so it makes it fucking make sense. When did we play them? Can't see it at all. So, we lost 2-0 to them, and we lost 5-0 to them. So that's going to be quite the turnaround for us to beat them, but it's not impossible. I think we did beat them last year 3-2, last season when we were dreadful. We drew 1-1 and beat them 3-2. So actually last year we did better than against them, and this year they've just absolutely tonked us. The hope is this time around we can do better. We're playing at home first. Maybe we can right that wrong of losing 2-0 at home to them. Fingers crossed, we'll see. I'll see you in the next one, guys.